All right, guys, so today we're going to talk about the heel command. The heel command is basically when your dog is at your side with you, body facing forward, head facing forward, or looking up, but basically in the same orientation that your body is in, just facing forward. Most people like to do it on the left side, but you could also do it on the right side. Just make sure you pick one and stick to one only so you don't confuse your dog. And there's two parts of the heel. So there's the starting position where you get your dog to come over to your left side, so they make a little flip and they end up right here next to you. And there's also the following part where if you move forward, they should move with you, or if you turn, they should turn with you, or if you move backwards, which is more advanced, they should move with you as well. So today we're gonna break down the different phases. So the first phase, I'm just gonna show you luring your dog into that starting position and just paying for that starting position stationary. So we're not gonna move, we're not gonna follow, we're just gonna bring the dog over and then we're gonna reward as they stay next to us until we release them out of it. Because ideally later on with your final product, your dog should stay there until you release them out with like a free, break, okay, whatever your release word is. So first I'm gonna show you no verbal, just straight luring, paying for the stationary first with the dog, and then we'll kind of move forward from there. So in the beginning, I'm not gonna use any verbal yet. I'm just gonna do all luring. So I'm gonna show the dog what to do with just my hand movement and luring with the food. And I'll just reward and just mark with my marker word, which is gonna be good. So I'm just gonna keep paying as they stay there. Those are the only verbals I'm gonna do, but I'm not going to say the word heel yet until I feel like my dog is ready to actually follow through with the movement. And they're giving me like a consistent movement every single time and they're not really confused about what to do. All right, so I got Arlie here. So the way that I like to start it by getting them into that starting position, I'll actually start them in front of me, just sitting and facing me first, so I can show them how to do that flip. Dog is in front of me. So she already knows how to sit. She's not like too beginner. So for you, if a dog isn't gonna sit in front of you, you can lure them in front like this. And once they're there, just outside to inside U-turn to flip them around. Good. Good. Now for her, I want more eye contact, so I'm waiting for that eye contact and then I'm gonna release her. So since I'm talking, I didn't time that correctly, but the next time she looks up, I'm gonna release her. Break. And there we go. That's getting her into the starting position, rewarding as she stays there, and then releasing once we're ready. So for a beginner dog, I would probably have a couple pieces of treats in my hand, because if they move around a lot and say they don't stay there, I'm just gonna like rapid fire shotgun treats while they stay there and release them before they release themselves. So let's put her back in the front again. Good. Good. Break. And you see that I'm using this bed. You don't need this bed. Usually I would just use a wall, but since I'm recording this on the camera, it's just easier for me to keep it straight. And it's easier for me to keep the dog straight and in a good exact position. So let's do that again. I'm just gonna show you right here. So I'm guiding her towards me, outside to inside U-turn, just so your dog is as close to you as possible. Good. 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 Break. And that's just the basic starting position. All we're doing, we're flipping the dog from the front to the side. Then we're gonna keep paying so they start knowing that there's value on this left side. Because in the beginning, your dog's not really gonna know the importance of this position until you kind of show them and they know like, oh, this might be a hot spot for them to keep getting rewarded. Cool, so I'm gonna do one more and I'll show a different angle. So she's here, I'm getting her over. Good, good, break. Perfect, so let me show you from a different angle now. So I'll do this one without the bed so you can see. Come here, Arlie. So I'm gonna start her in front first and then I'm gonna go whoop, right there, good. Good. Break. So I'll start her in front. She's already in front. Now we're gonna go outside to inside. Good. Good. Break. And I'm just releasing her out. She's doing a spin. You don't have to do a spin. You can just take a step back, let them get that food from you. And again, we'll show you with her from behind. So this is like how you would do it. Arlie. So I'm starting her in front. She's jumpy because she's a puppy. So by outside, I mean you're gonna go outside, then in. Good, good, good. Break. And that's just the basic part. We're just getting her there, we're rewarding for her staying there, releasing her out. And then next we'll go into the next phase where we're gonna add some movement to it before putting any verbal. So after the first phase of showing them how to just be in that stationary position, we're gonna move on to adding some movement. Usually I don't like to rush into it too much, so once you feel like your dog can stay there for, you know, like 3 to 5 rewards or maybe like 10 seconds or more, there's no golden rule. That's just like a example that I'm putting out right now, but this would be the next phase. Still no verbal on the actual command yet. I'm just going to lure so she understands that, hey, I want you here at the left side, and when I move, I also want you to move. So I'm gonna start her in front first, getting her over. I'm just gonna get her here. Good. Good. And I'm rewarding for her being in this starting position first because you want them to know this is where you want to get paid. And then as I move now, I'm going to continuously reward. Good, good, good. Break. Cool. So not every dog is going to be able to chew and kind of like move at the same time. So gauge it based on your dog. If you can, this is the way that I prefer. As you move, you're going to reward for every single step. But say your dog lags too much, you can always take a couple steps and then just stop and reward at the stop. Good, good. And then make sure not to drop treats because then you're going to get a lot of this and they're going to start repeating this a lot and start searching for food on the ground, which is terrible. When you call them into the heel or when you stop, totally up to you what their like finished position is. Most people prefer for them to sit, so that's what I'm showing you right now. When they come into that position, they will be sitting next to me, and as we move, they will walk, and as we stop, they're going to sit again. And if your dog doesn't automatically do that, then you're just gonna lure them into it. So for example, if you guide them over there and they're still standing, for example like this, then lift your hand up so they sit, then you're gonna reward there. Cool, so let's show a couple more angles on this and then we'll move on to adding the verbal and how to add the verbal. So we'll start from this side position here. So she's in front already. I'm just going to guide over. She's over at my left side, good, 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 good. Break. Cool, so very similar, same thing. We're just gonna show the exact same thing one more time from this angle. So what we'll do, we'll guide over, outside to inside U-turn, lift that hand up so they sit, reward there, and then we're going to continuously reward with the rest of the treats in our hand until we stop. We'll lift our hand up again, reward again. Good, 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 good. And then ideally when you're in this position here, they should still stay there. Break until you release like that. Good job, Harley. Starting her in front, we're gonna do our little flip here. Good. And we're moving. Lift that hand. Good. Break. So yeah, if your dog doesn't stay, you're just gonna have to do everything much more faster pace. Instead of me like lifting up and pausing, you're probably gonna lift up and just release right away. And as you move, you're gonna keep doing everything very fast paced just so they stay locked on in case they're like super puppy brain. Well, she's puppy brain too. But if you got a super puppy brain dog, they're gonna be doing all this random stuff like she's doing now, like sniffing around. So try to keep the attention on you and definitely use a leash if you need to and start in an area that they can tolerate and not somewhere super distracting. Okay, so now on our third phase, this is when we feel like we're satisfied with their movement, we're satisfied with them holding that position, and we're gonna now add the verbal cue. So for the verbal cue, you always wanna make sure you say the verbal first before starting the luring. Because if you lure them first and then start saying it, they're not gonna register it as clearly versus saying it right before and then showing it. So she's positioned first. Okay, so she is a puppy, so she is going to be doing all this random stuff. So I'm gonna do it in real time. I don't think I'm gonna be able to explain while I do it. I'm just basically going to start her in front. I'm gonna say the command, then guide her over, then start doing exactly what we just did with the marking and moving and all that. Arlie. Cool, so she's here. Heel. Good. Good. Break. So same thing, right? Starter in front, command, then lure, and continue. So heel. Good. 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 Break. Okay. So actually she's better at holding it down, so this will be easier. Heel. Good. 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 Break. So the key thing, say they're staying still. My body's gonna be very neutral. I'm not gonna show any lure or food yet until I say that word. So nothing begins until you initiate that verbal first. Arlie. Okay. Down. Cool. So she's starting in that down. So body neutral. Heel. Good. 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 Break. Good job, Arlie Bear. Heel. Good. 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 Break. Good job, Arlie. Cool. So that's your basic heel. Stationary position, adding the movement, and we're just luring for everything for now. So the next add-on that we're going to do, well, you could do this in any order. I honestly just do it however I feel. So I'm gonna just add some distance on the starting position. So I'm gonna start her a little further away from me, and this is almost like a recall where you're calling them over to that left side position. So I'll show you. So now, I'm not gonna be directly in front of her anymore. I'm probably like 2 big steps away. I will say the word, show her the food so she starts coming towards me, and then I'm going to guide her over to that left side. So this is the exact same thing, except now there's more space in between us. Heel. Good. Good. Break. So very simple. So we got some space in between us. Heel. Good. Good. Break. Cool, so that's one way to kind of step it up. You can start adding distance in between the starting position. So I like to call it the recalling into a heel, but some people use different terms. That's just what I use. Now we showed you kind of how to add distance and start shaping that recall into the heel, and now I'm going to show you how you can start doing stop and goes, because later on most people that are using this as a pet command, when you say heel, they should keep following you next to you, and when you stop, they should automatically stop, and when you walk again, they should walk again. So it's going to be the same thing, except now instead of just doing one stop and releasing, you're actually going to do a stop, reward, lure again, stop, and then release when you decide to. But same thing, I wouldn't do too much of this until your dog's pretty comfortable with taking multiple perfect steps first. So actually, let's bring you closer. Come here. I know, you're cuckoo pants. Down. Heel. Good. So we're moving, moving, moving. Stop. Good. Moving, moving, moving. Stop. Good. Break. Heel. Good. Good. Break. Oh, she's chewing. See, this is what I mean. If you got a big piece, sometimes your dog's gonna lag, so you choose how you wanna prep your food. I like to take my treats and cut it up so it's easier for me, but she got a big piece right there. Heel. Good. 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 Break. Heel. Good. 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 Break. Good job, Arlie. All right, so that includes like the basic additions that you can do. I'll just show you one more time with the wall, just in case you don't have a bed or anything like that. I prefer using a wall because it keeps the dog very straight and pretty close next to you, but some people get a little confused, so let's just show you how to do it. So this is the way that I prefer doing it, just because it keeps your dog very straight, and especially later on if you're trying to teach a backwards heel, it definitely helps and your dog's not doing all this weird wiggling nonsense. So I'll show you without Arlie first. She's out there sniffing. So same thing. The only thing that I feel is different for people that they might not, that confuse people, I guess, is when you lure them into this side position, instead of doing like a wide outside to inside U-turn, it's almost like a straight back and then straight forward. So you could open up the space a little bit where you have room to do outside in, but it's not a necessity, and it's heel. And I'm going straight back, straight forward, and basically you're gonna do most of the turn in the back. Good. 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 Break. So let's do one where we do like that distance recall into the heel with her. Arlie. Down. So for when you're using the wall, be prepared to bring your arm further back, where your dog is almost gonna go behind you a little bit, and then coming back over to your left. Don't just do that whole thing right there, because your dog is gonna get squished, and Arlie's already a tiny dog. Heel, so further back, forward there, good. Following, good, good, good. Good. Break. And there you go. That is your basic pet heel. If you have any questions, let me know, but we'll see you on the next one. Go ahead, try this with your dog. It should be fun. For some phases, you might be in there longer than others. That's totally fine. Don't try to rush the process, because if you take your time and make it look good, it will definitely be good. But I'll see you guys on the next one.